Hey Freedom Savers, welcome back. I've got some big announcements this week. Let's see, let's start with M1 Finance. So M1 Finance has really been messing up lately with my portfolios. As you know, I have 8 different portfolios with M1 Finance, and I'm doing 8 different investing strategies with them. The biggest one being my Roth. They have been screwing up for a few weeks now where I'm not earning dividends. They aren't showing that I'm earning dividends that I should have earned. They're not showing that I got paid dividends when I obviously did get paid because the cash showed up in the account. Now they're not even showing under activity that I made a deposit. There's all kinds of issues with the dividend tracking. The dividend tracking is really screwing up on M1 Finance. Like, I can't, on almost all my portfolios, I can't even track my dividends worth of crap. And for being the perfect platform, as far as I'm concerned, the perfect platform for dividend investing, they're screwing it all up. They're not, if they can't track my dividends properly on there, then I can't track my dividends. And it defeats the whole damn purpose of using them for dividend investing if I can't track what I'm supposed to be getting paid at any given time. So I am seriously considering changing brokers at this point. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of other brokers out there that have partial shares, which is the huge thing for dividend investing as far as I'm concerned. And certainly don't have the advantages of the auto reinvesting and the whole automatic balancing and all the benefits I love about M1. I will probably call them next week and talk to them a little bit, but to be completely honest, from my most recent conversations with their customer service, while it's always been excellent in the past, I don't have a lot of hope that they're going to have good answers for me. And when you write their email, you tend to wait 2-3 days for a response, and then they respond with some default answer that has nothing to do with your actual problem because they failed to read your original frickin' email properly. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with M1 Finance at this point. I have 8 frickin' accounts with them. If I do end up changing brokers, I'm not going to have 8 accounts. I will end up just selling stocks and closing accounts and going from there, moving the Roth, you know. So I don't know what's going to happen in the next few weeks with my accounts and my portfolios or the next month. I'm going to give them some time. I'm going to call them. We'll see how they respond, and we'll go from there. But right now, I am not impressed with M1 Finance. I have referred many people to M1 Finance. I have coworkers that just started their Roths and got them going and got them invested, finally starting to invest for their future properly. And all the time I've recommended M1 Finance because, you know, it's the best platform for this stuff. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to stop recommending them at this point because they can't do something as simple as track dividends. So yeah, I don't know what to say about that at this point. We'll see what happens in the near future with this, but I'm searching for a new broker at this point until they figure it out. I don't know what else to say. On that note, with all of my 8 portfolios, you know, I've been doing weekly updates, giving you how this week in the markets performed with my portfolios, all that good stuff. That is a lot of work, and every weekend I have to do hours and hours of work on these videos, even though they're short and simple and not that great of videos, to tell you the truth, quality-wise. I mean, they're nothing special. And it just doesn't make a lot of sense. And then to top it off, I'm having all these complications with tracking my portfolio in the first place. And I've decided I'm not going to be doing weekly videos on that. I may still put out weekly videos, but they're going to be on other topics on buying your freedom, which is getting started investing early, compound interest, all the details, you know, maybe investing topics, frugality, saving money, all that good stuff. It's all about buying your freedom, and how you should really be trying to buy your freedom first, before you do anything in life, as far as I'm concerned. That way you have the freedom to say screw you at work and move to a different job. Anyways, so I'll still be putting out videos, but I'm not going to be doing weekly updates. Right now, I'm planning on moving my portfolio updates out to monthly. And we'll see how it goes from there. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do one big video combined, or I'm still going to separate the videos. For now, I'm just planning on separating them, but doing them monthly instead of weekly. So that's the second big notification here, big announcement. Third announcement is I'm not really promoting my channel anymore. It's a lot of work to go out on different websites and post your videos and links and all that good stuff, and research keywords and all that. And my results aren't like spectacular, and I don't expect them to, I don't expect to be a success on YouTube overnight, if ever. Like I said, when I first started this channel, it really was about just tracking my portfolio, and then it changed into helping people and getting them to buy their freedom, or at least start to buy their freedom. And that's what it's really about to me, is helping other people and getting them going and investing, and don't do what I did. That's what's really about, is getting other people to invest for their future, and don't be stupid and follow the rest of the Americans, in the American way. And I'm still all about that, and the channel's always going to be about that as far as I'm concerned. But I'm not going to care whether I get more subscribers or whether I get good views or any of that. I just don't care. That's what it really comes down to. If I have a good message and I put out videos that help people, then great. I'm all for that. If it brings followers and subscribers, great. If it doesn't, great. So that's the third announcement. Yeah. The fourth announcement is my current debt. Current debt level is around $40,000 if you count the $24,000 401k loan that I have to pay myself back, because I'm really paying myself back that $24,000 by putting it in my 401k. But that needs to be paid off before I can leave my job, of course, whether I get fired or quit. Otherwise, that counts as a distribution, an early distribution. So you get the 10% penalty plus have to pay taxes on it. So you want to get that paid off, and you really don't want to take a loan out on your 401k unless you absolutely have to, or you have a reason to, such as to pay yourself a lower interest rate than paying someone else a very high interest rate. And you intend to be at your job for a long period of time to pay it off. Anyways, debt-wise, I have about $16,000 in debt between the credit card and my daughter's student loan. I have paid some more of that off this paycheck, which I'll update next month, with the monthly update, of net worth update and stuff. So yeah, the debt payoff is going good. I'm not investing except for the Roth. I'm trying to max the Roth every year, of course. And I did change some of the portfolios to add $10 on the 15th of each month, just to clear out the dividends earned, because once you get $10, they reinvest. So I did do that, but it only comes to $30 a month for that. So I'm investing $23.80 a day into the Roth, $23.80, and that will max out the Roth for the end of the year as long as I continue to do that. And then I'm investing $30 a month total, in basically $10 a month into 3 different portfolios of the 8 that I have, just to clean up the dividends for tracking purposes. Not that it's helping much if M1 Finance doesn't track my freaking dividends properly in the first place. So I'm really disappointed with M1 Finance, and I'm really down about that, to tell you the truth. I'm a little depressed because I truly think it's the best platform for dividend investing, the way it works, but the way that they're handling it and not tracking the dividends properly defeats the whole purpose. So we'll see what happens, but I am on the lookout for another broker, and I really like those partial shares. So we'll see what happens. Enough on that. The biggest announcement in my life right now is I'm trying to buy my own freedom. So you guys know about the FIRE movement, financial independence, retire early, and I'm all about that. Great. Buy your freaking freedom, buy your independence, you know. I'm all about that. And I'm trying to get that through my kids, that you can retire in 10, 15, 20 years of work. Easy. All right. It can be done. You reduce your damn expenses, you live frugally, and then you invest as much of your income as you possibly can. And if you really hack it out, then you should be able to invest even more than like 50% of your income, depending on how much you make, of course. If you don't make enough, you are going to have to work on increasing your income as well. But the point here is I'm 49 years old and I haven't saved for my retirement, right? I mean, you've seen my accounts. I don't have a lot for retirement. Overall net worth is like a year's pay. So I need to do the early retirement plan, which means being an extreme saver and living on nothing like I'm broke. As if I was 20 years old trying to retire at 40 or 45. So I need to do that just to get a normal retirement at age 65. And I can do that. The thing is I've worked since I was 13 years old, 16 years old, 18, depending on how you look at it. I've worked for over 35 years, all right? And I'm just tired of working. I'm tired of not having my time to be mine and working to make someone else money and just for that paycheck and for toys that I don't use. And I think this is a big lesson for everyone to learn, that the American way and the consumerism way and all the advertising, that you need the latest phone, you need the latest gadgets, you need a good, nice brand new car, you need the fanciest computer, you need, you know, all kinds of stuff, and just the bullshit that we spend money on. It's just so overboard. If you look at other countries, people are living in poverty. They're living on nothing. And we are blowing fucking money on garbage. Garbage that's just sitting around our house doing nothing. And the bigger house you have, the more space you have, the more you fill it with shit. It's just, and it doesn't make you any happier in the end. As a matter of fact, it makes you less happy because it keeps you tied to that job. It keeps you a prisoner to a job for a paycheck to pay for all that bullshit. And not only do we buy this bullshit, we buy it on debt. We borrow money to do it. And it's just ridiculous. The whole system is set up for us to fail. And it's the American way. It's what everyone's doing. And that's the problem. Is you can't do what everyone else is doing and then do something exceptional like retire early or just buy your freedom. So you have fuck you money, right? So you have enough money that your investments are paying for a roof over your head and food in your mouth. And that's exactly what you need. And your utilities. You know, if you have an investment, enough invested that you always have a roof over your head, you always have food in your mouth, and you always have utilities, you have fuck you money. If your great job turns into a crap job, you can say, fuck you, I'm out. And you can go find another job. And you don't have to wait till you have the other job to quit because you know that you're good. You have that freedom. And if you live debt-free, that's part of it. That's a huge part of it. Live debt-free. Credit's good. Have a good credit score. But that's easy to do with a credit card. You have a credit card, you spend some on it, and you pay it completely off every month. You never pay interest. You always pay it in full every month. And your credit will go up. Trust me, I've done it. I've gone from crap credit to 800 plus credit. All by paying off a credit card every single month. So, not being in debt. So, the thing is live debt-free, get completely out of debt, and just live debt-free. And live on nothing. Live frugally and live like you're freaking broke in poverty. And save and invest as much as you can until your investments can cover your essential needs. Once your essential needs are covered, you have fuck you money and you're free. You can work at whatever job you want. And as soon as you don't like that job, you can leave, find something else you want to do. That's freedom. At least you're going to enjoy life that way. And you don't have the weight on your shoulders of debt. And you don't feel tied in, like a prisoner to a job. All right. These are all important things for happiness in life. I think the very first thing anyone in this life should do as soon as they get out of school is buy their freedom. And the only reason that you aren't doing it is because you have excuses. You know, oh, well, I'm married. I have kids. I can't do it. I don't make enough. Well, you have to find a way to make more. And you have to find ways to cut your expenses. And I would say 99% of people are spending money that they shouldn't be, that they could save and invest. Yes, there's people that are in the poverty level, and they really need to work on that instead of just living with it, you know. Anyway, sorry for the rant there, but this is a big thing, and really what the channel is about is buying your freedom. And yeah, so my announcement, which I haven't even gotten to yet. I currently rent. I don't own. I've never owned a house, and I've been paying this person's mortgage for over 15 years. I rent a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage house. And I get a good price on it. The rentals for this house go for around $1,200 a month. I currently pay less than $1,000 a month. So it's a great deal. But I live alone. On occasion, I'll have the ex-wife come down. She stays with me for a while and whatnot. We know we're still friends and help each other out and still family, really. And she comes down here and she'll stay. My daughter, you know, moved out, then moved back in, and then moved back out. So on occasion, I have other people living with me. But for the most part, I live by myself. I'm single, right? I've been divorced for many, many years. And I don't need a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house to live in by myself. Especially when I spend all my time in this room, my bedroom. Like all the other rooms in my house, I don't really use. I get up, I go to the kitchen to get food, get treats for the dogs, you know, and stuff like that. Other than that, I never leave this bedroom. I have a bathroom right here in my bedroom. This is where I live, in this one room when I come home. Other than that, I go to the kitchen. I never use my living room. I never use my 2 bedrooms. The only reason I have the garage is to put the fucking vehicle in. Yeah, I'm paying $1,000 a month. Basically for this bedroom. So it's just stupid. And I've been doing it forever. So I have an opportunity coming up, I hope. A person at work currently lives in a camp trailer in an RV park. And he's only paying like $350 a month. He said the rent's going up $375 a month next year. Anyways, he is thinking about leaving that and going and moving in with some friends. And he wants to sell that. And he said he'd give me a good deal, and I'm considering purchasing the camp trailer, which is like a 26-foot camp trailer. So it's decent size, easily livable for one person. And paying $375 a month for the rent for the lot. And that would save me about $600 a month just on the rent. So that would pretty much pay for the trailer itself in the first year just from the savings. And then over the next 5 years, it would save me $32,000 or something like that. $32,000 to $34,000. That's a lot of money. That's almost all of the $40,000 debt that I have. I mean, you know, $6,000 to $8,000 difference there. So as long as this goes through, then in June, I will be leaving this house and moving into a camp trailer in an RV park and saving $600 a month. Now, this is going to take a lot of things. I have a lot of toys here, and I don't want to pay for storage for a bunch of toys that I don't need or use. So during the next few months, I need to sell all of my shit and minimize my life. And because I plan on living a minimalist lifestyle, I'm also reducing my expenses on food. I'm basically going to be living on rice and beans. And, you know, basically very cheap food is what I'm really getting at. I'm not going to be buying a lot of toys. Basically, every penny I spend, I think about in my head what that's costing me and how much that's costing me. My big goal at this point, and this is just more of a mental thing for me than necessarily what I'm going to do. But right now, what my plan is to retire at 55. Now, I'm 49 years old. That's 6 years. 6 years is not enough time to do an early retirement plan. I don't care how, you know, who you are, unless you're a doctor making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. You're not going to retire and then plan on having a frugal lifestyle in retirement. You're not going to retire early in 6 years. 10, possible, if you're really hardcore and you make a decent income. 15, otherwise, it can be done in 15, and definitely 20. Anyways, my point here is I'm doing the extreme early retirement in order to try to retire slightly early, at 55 instead of 65 or 67. As I honestly don't know that I'm going to live that long. I mean, I don't take real good care of myself. Anyways, so my plan is to move into this trailer and reduce my expenses and minimize my life. Selling the shit that I have will bring a little bit of money to help out, to pay for the trailer, and minimizing my life will get me to a point where, the way I figure it out, at 3.5 to 4% dividends, the investments I make between now and then could possibly bring in about $350 a month by the time I'm 55. That's not a lot, but it's something. Also at 55, I can take my early pension. That's only going to bring me about $1,000 a month. But I can live on that. There's ways for me to live on that. And that's one of the reasons I went out of state this past week, is because I can move in with the ex-wife and live rent-free. And so $1,000 a month is doable in that case. Especially if I have the $350 a month extra for my investments at that point. And then at 59.5, I'll have access to withdraw from the Roth and the 401k. Now, the 401k might be at 120 to 150,000 at that point, if I'm very lucky. So not a lot. But at 59.5, I have the option to withdraw from it, right? And the Roth. Of course, if I'm trying to build a dividend portfolio that gives me monthly income, I obviously don't want to be withdrawing from the Roth. And I would really like to even have that dividend constantly reinvesting to continue growing in the future. So I really don't want to touch the Roth. But it's an option at 59.5. And then the other option is at 62, I could take early Social Security, which should bring about $1,000 a month again, which would bring me up to about $2,000 a month, maybe $2,300 with my investments at that point. So it would be a very minimal retirement if I retired at 55. And there's some, you know, strategies there that I have to go through to make it work. But it's possible. So right now in my mind, that's what I'm doing, because I need to know there's a light at the end of the tunnel, that I'm not going to work until I die. I have to see that light at the end of the tunnel. Now, you know, the other thing is my original idea. I can move to Thailand, right? $2,000 a month in Thailand goes a lot farther than it goes here. So that's still an option on the books too. And, you know, I get to see another country and enjoy another lifestyle. So that's possible too. I may do that. Either way, we're looking at 6 years down the road. And that's exciting to see a light at the tunnel in just 6 years. Now, Whether I actually retire at 55 or not is a different story altogether. That's the current plan. I want to be able to retire at 55 and be able to survive and live and just, you know, a basic lifestyle, which is all I really need. I don't need to be rich. I don't need to have the money to buy a crap ton of toys. As long as I have good internet service and a decent computer and a roof over my head and food in my mouth, some transportation, I'm good. And I think I can do that. So anyways, it will be reevaluated as I get closer to that time frame. When I'm 54, I'm going to be reevaluating 55. And when I become 55, I'll reevaluate at that point. Is it time to quit? Is it time to retire? And, you know, how much more can I get from my pension if I stay an extra year or an extra 2 years? And the same thing with Social Security as you get closer to 62. You know, do I need the money now? How much do I need? You know, can I hold off another year or two because it'll increase how much I get? So that will all be reevaluated when the time comes. But for now, my plan is to retire in 6 years at age 55, which is an early retirement, obviously. But again, I think I'm going to have an early death. So honestly, and I'm not trying to be morbid here. It's just, I believe that's a fact. I don't go to doctors. I haven't been a doctor in 20 years. And I don't trust them. I hate our medical industry. You can save your entire life, then get sick, and then you're broke. So what was the point of your entire life of saving and working and not enjoying life? Our medical industry is broken here in America. I don't care what anybody says. It's a fucking scam. Has it helped people live longer? Yeah, absolutely. Are there some good sciences and good doctors and stuff out there? Sure. But overall, the entire fucking industry is a scam, and it takes retirees' money and just destroys them. I've seen it over and over. It's ridiculous. Anyway, sorry, another rant for another day. So that is my plans, guys. I got about 3 months. Well, what is it? March, April, May, June. Yeah, I got about 3 months. And as long as this goes through and I'm able to get the camp trailer, that's my plan. I'm going to minimize my life and sell all my shit, pretty much all my shit. Move out of the 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with a 2-car garage, move into an RV park in a camp trailer, and live on rice and beans, and live on nothing. The benefit of this, and this is the big thing that you guys are going to see here, is right now, my rent is about 28+%, almost 29% of my income. When I move, it'll be less than 11. It'll be, I think, 10.8% of my income. And what this is going to do, if I'm able to reduce all my expenses stuff, is actually allow me to save and invest 68.7%, I think it was. It's over 68% of my income I will be able to save and invest. So it can be done. Yeah, I see that number, 68% of my income being saved. And actually, it'll probably be more like 70, 75% with overtime. So once I work in overtime stuff, I'm making more money. Well, I'm not spending the extra money, so that's more of my income I'm actually investing and saving. So by doing this change and living a minimalist lifestyle, I should be able to save like 70 to 75% of my income for the next 6 years. That's huge, guys. That's huge. And that's a way for me to catch up on my retirement. Even if I don't retire at 55 and I continue to do that, at 60, 65, I'm going to have a nice retirement finally. So there's still a light at the end of the tunnel. So right now, that light at the end of the tunnel is 55 for me. But that's the plans. That's what I'm doing. And that's all my big announcements. I don't know what else to say here, guys. If you've watched this long-ass video and all these announcements and stuff, thanks for the support. I appreciate it. And yeah, that's my plans. So the updates for videos, like I said, they'll be random. I'll put videos randomly based on subjects that I feel are important for buying your freedom. Other than that, I will be putting updates out about once a month on my portfolios from here on out. And I will still be doing the monthly net worth update. and probably the portfolio comparison update as well. It's all going to depend on whether I stick with M1 Finance or not and all that good stuff. So, all right, guys, I'm losing my voice. I'm sorry for the long video and rants, but if you're interested, that's what's going on in my life right now, and that's what I plan on doing. And I'm really excited about having that happen for me and being able to save 68 to 70% of my income. That's huge. And I wish I would have done this stuff years and years ago instead of living large in a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house by myself for no reason for years and years, decades. So it's just stupid. And I could have been so much better off if I would have made better financial decisions and not followed the crowd, not bought the latest toys. And that's the point I'm trying to get across, is it can be done. You guys can retire with 15 years work. You can retire with 20 years work. If you got kids and a family, you can do it in 20 years, 25 years max. It can be done if you live frugally and do something different than the rest of the world, and buy your freedom. So anyways, I'm done ranting. I'll put out more rant videos later in the future, I'm sure. So I hope you're all doing fabulous. I hope your portfolios are being tracked properly. And if you have any suggestions about anything, let me know. Drop me a comment. Tell me what you think about my plans and all this stuff that's going on. Thanks for watching, guys. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And if you liked the video, hit that like button for me. If you want to hear any specific type of information, anything that you're interested in, you have any questions, just drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know your opinions on this video or any other video I've made. And if you know anyone else that might be interested in this video, please be sure to share it on your social media and share the knowledge. Thanks, guys.